Hello students, welcome to La Excellence. Welcome to Current Affairs for Beginners program. First, let us see the answers for yesterday's questions. The first question is with regard to the reports of World Economic Forum. Which of the following reports are not by the World Economic Forum? The answer is D, that is Global Innovation Index. Because Global Innovation Index is not given by World Economic Forum, it is given by World Intellectual Property Organization and INSEAD. These two organizations, they provide or they publish Global Innovation Index. So answer is D. The second question is with regard to writ petitions. In this, the question is saying which of the following writs can be used against a person who is not qualified to hold a public authority. Among the options mentioned, the answer is D, that is quo warranto. Quo warranto means on which basis you are qualified to be a public authority. So the answer is D. Now, let us see today's articles. The first article is on UN report. UN Sustainable Development Goals report of 2018. According to this report, world's hungry population is on rise. It is due to the conflicts, disasters, etc. Here, our concern is to know what is this SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. Under the developmental phenomena, we have two kinds of developmental goals that are devised till now under UN, that is United Nations. One is Millennium Development Goals, two is Sustainable Development Goals. Millennium Development Goals, these are devised in the year 2000. Sustainable Development Goals are continuation of this. This Millennium Development Goals, they continue till 2015. From 2015, Sustainable Development Goals are being implemented. They'll continue till the year 2030. Sustainable Development Goals are 17 goals. Under this particular goals, under this particular framework of Sustainable Development Goals, it is said that development is linked to sustainability, environmental sustainability, inclusivity, equity. All these are part of Sustainable Development Goals. The next article is on resignation of few Lok Sabha MPs from YSRCP parties that being accepted. Here what we should know is who is the final authority who accepts the resignation of MPs. MPs, Lok Sabha MPs, Rajya Sabha MPs. For Lok Sabha MPs, Speaker of Lok Sabha is the final authority who accepts the resignation. Then the other issue that is discussed here is with regard to the bypolls. What are these bypolls? In case of vacancy to the legislative post from a constituency, Lok Sabha constituency or the MLA constituency. So for that constituency, elections are held in the form of bypolls in case of vacancy either due to death or resignation, etc. There is no rule that immediately after the resignation of the legislator, bypolls have to be conducted. There is no such rule like that. So bypolls can be conducted even after 8 months or 1 year. The next article is with regard to International Yoga Day. From the year 2015, we are celebrating International Yoga Day on June 21st. Here, this year we are celebrating it at Dehradun. And the theme of International Yoga Day is Yoga for Peace. These points can be asked as points in our prelims questions. So we have to remember these points. Yoga for Peace and Dehradun 2015 it is accepted and given international status, and every year June 21st we celebrate this. The next article is with regard to, should Delhi be given statehood? What is the present status of Delhi? Delhi is called National Capital Territory of Delhi. Under 69th Constitutional Amendment Act in the year 1991, Delhi is given the status of National Capital Territory. It's given official name of National Capital Territory, and legislature, Unicameral Legislature. What is Unicameral Legislature and what is the difference between bicameral legislature? Unicameral legislature means having one house, single house in the legislature. Bicameral house means having two houses, upper house and lower house. Delhi has unicameral legislature that is established through this 69th Constitutional Amendment Act, but it is not the first time Delhi has this legislature. Even after independence, Delhi had legislature, but it was abolished after some time. Again, through this Constitutional Amendment Act, under Article 239AA, it is given this particular legislature. India is a federal country, so we have state list, concurrent list and union list. Based on the lists, based on the functions, these are divided, and state can make laws on these two, center can make laws on these two lists. Here, under this article, Delhi government or Delhi legislature can make laws on all these two lists. All the subjects mentioned in these two lists except three. One is law and order, two is police, three is land. These three are under central government. Central government is responsible on these three subjects. That's why police in NCR Delhi, they report directly to Ministry of Home. So now there is a long-standing debate, should Delhi be given statehood or not? So this we will read it with regard to our mains examination, very important topic. But this background is important to write answers in both our mains and prelims examination. The next article is on loan waivers and agricultural crisis. What is the meaning of loan waiver? Let's say bank, it has given loans for the farmers for agricultural purpose. Government says this loan is waived off. Waived off means these farmers need not repay this particular loan. Instead, government will pay it. That is what is loan waiver. The debate in recent years is, are these loan waivers are useful or not? In this particular article, it is mentioned that to address agricultural crisis, we need to go for multi-pronged strategy. What is this multi-pronged strategy? As we know, agriculture is very important for Indian economy, not just for its contribution. Its contribution is at 14% of GDP, but its dependence of the people, that is employment creation. Directly it provides employment to 49% of our people. Indirectly it provides employment to nearly 60% of our people. So for these two purposes, agriculture is very important. But it is facing crisis. We call this as agricultural crisis. Why? There are many problems. Monsoon, due to erratic monsoon, in many areas either droughts or floods. These are common. Due to this, agricultural productivity goes down, and there are problems like seeds, fertilizer distribution, high cost of these inputs leading to high cost of production. But final product will be of low cost. That means market availability, market price availability of the agricultural product is not good in majority of the cropping areas. Likewise, there are many problems in agriculture. One is with regard to credit. Small and marginal farmers they're not getting the formal credit. Formal credit means credit given through the formal sources, commercial banks, cooperative banks, etc. So they are unable to get. So they are going for non-formal or informal sources, wherein they are charged with high interest rates. Then debt trap. All these are problems. In this particular article, multi-pronged strategy means all these issues need to be addressed. Loan waiver is a short-term solution which can address the credit crisis of the people or farmers, but not all these issues. So multi-pronged strategy is needed. In that, sustainability, sustainable agriculture is very important concept. It is because land productivity is decreasing, especially when we are experiencing the offshoots of climate change. Land productivity is reducing, pollution is increasing. All these are there. So to address this sustainable agriculture, that M.S. Swaminathan calls as second green revolution, where we go for organic farming. Majority farming should be organic farming, so we can address all these issues. Then prosperity should be there. Prosperity and productivity should be increased. Prosperity to the farmers and productivity of agriculture to provide food security should be there. So all this need to be considered when we try to address the issue of agriculture. So we need a multi-pronged strategy. The next article is on India notifies higher tariffs on US imports. What is this term called tariff? Tariff is a kind of tax that is imposed on the imports. What is this import? Let's say this is a country. We need certain goods and services domestically. They may be produced within the country, or we can get the services or goods from outside. It means from other countries. So we getting the goods from outside is called importing of goods. Generally, countries impose some tax on these imports. They are called tariffs. Tariffs. These are called barriers to trade. So we have this body called World Trade Organization, which oversees free and fair trade of the goods and services throughout the member countries. India is part of it. That's why when India is increasing the tariffs, it is informing the WTO, World Trade Organization, for these increased costs. Here I have given two questions for today. Please try to answer them. One is with regard to National Capital Territory of Delhi. The second question is with regard to the resignation of MPs. Thank you.